in the public, it's not working because when people see that, they go, what the are you talking about? When people see this and they go, shut the up. God, you're so entitled. You're so arrogant. Shut the up.
That we've packed up for the Israelis. I've visited there. I love the state of Israel. I just don't like the state of play with the current administration. Bibi. I can
like this is him getting whipped. But I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand how. I don't understand how you think you can get away with this. Like, this is not even about Zoran. This is about Gavin Newsom saying Twitter is an apartheid, right? Twitter, sorry. Fucking Twitter is an apartheid. Twitter is an apartheid too, but that's separate. Israel's an apartheid. Gavin Newsom recognizes it, and he's not even like fully into it anyway. Like, he's not even fully invested in this cause at all. Like, he's not sincere. He's not sincere at all. He's just saying it because he thinks correctly that this is what people want to hear. Hold on. Let me fix this fucking camera real quick. God damn it. Anyway, yeah, he wants to be president. And if he wants to be president, he has to start taking an anti-Israel position. And like, on the one hand, I obviously am still aware that Gavin Newsom is insincere and simply wants to be president, and that's why he's saying it. On the other hand, I recognize that the winds have turned so much that even someone like Gavin Newsom will insincerely push on the apartheid line, which is just reality, right? Where Israel committed a genocide in Gaza and Israel maintains an apartheid. These two things are reality. And recognizing reality is not even bare minimum. And Gavin Newsom is doing the bare minimum, and they're still fucking freaking out. And that's what I'm really frustrated about. Like, Representative Josh Gottheimer from New Jersey, one of the worst Democrats in Congress, like just one of these assholes that's like totally Israel first, right? Like, this is all he gives a shit about. He freaks out. He says, these comments are not only wrong, but they are dangerous and will feed more anti-Semitism in our country. Is it really worth throwing Jews under the bus to advance your political ambitions? Fred Gutenberg, one of the Parkland School shooting victim parents, comes out and says, I agree with this. I've always been supportive of Gavin Newsom, but this crossed the line for me. I will remember this when considering my options for 2028. I said, unless the Democratic candidate lies to America about Israel's apartheid, you won't vote for them. Maybe you should change your priorities. My priorities are not the issue. Your bullshit about Israel is. No need to continue this. And it's like, what do you mean my bullshit? Like, your bullshit. Your fucking bullshit. I'm a lifelong Democrat. And if the Democratic Party doesn't deny abject reality about Israel, it'll hurt my feelings and I'll stop. I won't vote for them. And it's like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, there's no one. You won the entirety of Congress. Everyone in Congress is, for the most part, a fucking slave to Israel. Okay? They will literally do anything in their power to make sure Israel's Greater Israel Project comes to fruition. Like, clearly, they'll bomb every country. They'll bomb every country for Israel. They'll use all of their munitions, all of their batteries, all of their defense systems in the direction of Israel to defend Israel. Israel will light billions of dollars on fire. No money for healthcare, only money for Israel. And they still fucking chirp. They still chirp. There's no democracy, okay? There's no democracy in this. There is no democratic process in this. It's over. The overwhelming majority of Americans don't want this to happen. They don't want this to continue. Okay? And yet, these guys are still chirping. And the problem is, even though like 90% of the base of support in the Democratic Party is like, we got to cut Israel out. We got to cut Israel out. The 1% to 2% that's like Israel firsters, okay, they keep having so much institutional motion that they can continue whipping the votes from the outside in a way that like we can't even do no matter how hard we organize. Oh, it's so frustrating to see. It's like I don't understand it. Like 90% of the Democratic base is saying this is fucked up. Like, what the fuck are we doing? There's Democrats that are saying this is fucked up. What are we doing? There are independents, majority of independents, almost a super majority of independents are saying this is fucked up. What are we doing? And there are still people who are like, no, if you cut Israel out of the equation, that means you want a Holocaust to happen. Meanwhile, a Holocaust has happened, another one. This time Israel has conducted it with American weapons, with American political cover. And it's crazy that like wanting to put an end to that death and destruction and talking about how that death and destruction is also causing America's collapse, like really accelerating America's demise, is a non-starter for these people. It's like, I don't understand it. I don't know what you want. Like, you want to just you want to nuke me? You want to nuke America? Is that what you want? If this will be good for Israel, should we just nuke America? And if we go, hey, hold on, let's not nuke America, then that's anti-Semitic. Like, where will this go? Where will this fucking go? You've lost. You've lost. You don't have a constituency. You don't have fucking shit. But you have the entirety of Congress. The entirety of Congress is on your side, regardless of what the public's wishes are, and you're still constantly chirping. It reminds me of the Republicans, like after they won, you know? Remember when the Republicans won and they were like, oh, now it's our time to shine. Like we control the House, we control the Senate, we control the White House, but you have to like us. And everyone was like, well, I don't like you. And then they would be like, you have to like us or we'll kill you. You have to like us or you'll go to jail. It's illegal to not like us. Like, that's literally what this is. They have everything. Okay? The Israel lobby is fundamentally in control of both of the parties. So it doesn't even matter if the Democrats are around. It doesn't even matter if the Republicans are winning. We are still doing Israel's bidding. And they still are like, well, how dare you not like me? It's anti-Semitism. How dare you not like my beautiful nation state of Israel? That's anti-Semitic. You should lose your job. You should lose your friends. You should be humiliated. And it's like, it's not working. In the public, it's not working because when people see that shit, they go, what the fuck are you talking about? When people see this and they go, shut the fuck up. God, you're so fucking entitled. You're so fucking arrogant. Shut the fuck up. That's the normal. That's like the normal takeaway for average Americans, right? Because they're tired. They're frustrated by this. But it's crazy that they still fucking chirp nonstop. And on the Democrat side, they still have like institutional motion. They can like bully these stupid fucking Democrats that cave and capitulate every step of the fucking way. There's still a very sophisticated outrage manufacturing machine that they deploy, as they have done so with Zohran Mamdani in this last iteration, as they've done so, and that was a retaliation for Dan Goldman. And they're doing it with fucking Gavin Newsom too. Like, look at this. Gavin Newsom comes out and says Israel's an apartheid state. Jay Weekly reports Gavin Newsom's top senior staff met privately over Zoom with Jewish community leaders Wednesday. They call for a clear statement from the governor that Israel's not an apartheid state and to affirm support for U.S.-Israel ties. Like, what are we talking about? The CEO of the Jewish Community Relations Council Bay Area, the executive producer of the Jewish California, but this is JPAC, by the way. Now they're called Jewish California, but they used to be called JPAC, which is like the APAC subsidiary for California. A nonpartisan lobbying group, sure. The CEO of the Jewish Federation of Los Angeles were among the handful of Jewish leaders in the Zoom room. The meeting lasted about half an hour. Describing the conversation as constructive, David Becarsley of Jewish California said he and others asked for a definitive public statement from the governor that he continues to support Israel and the U.S.-Israel relationship, including funding Israel's defense. Brother, what Jewish group are you running? Like, what are we doing? Like, this is insane. This is insane. This is completely insane. Oh, we demand you retract your correct statement that Israel's an apartheid state. It's crazy how fucking terrified our politicians are of Zionist lobbying money being deployed against them. That's what it is. They're terrified of it because none of these groups, including AIPAC, actually fucking hit people on their Israel position, right? They hit people on all these other things. They get slimy with it. They get nasty with it. I just don't understand. It fucking pisses me off so much. Ty Gregory, CEO of CRC Bay Area, called Newsom's comments confusing and said our community doesn't know what to think. A podcast is not a forum to state your policy views are. Like, who the fuck are you, man? Who the fuck are you? Like, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you do this? Like, you're making demands of the governor of California that they, one, totally deny reality, right? And two, pledge loyalty to a foreign state that is deeply unpopular. This has no motion. It has no motion in the real world, but it has maximum motion in the world of politics. So the reason why I'm very frustrated by this is because amongst politicians, and they're in an echo chamber, right? They're in this like hermetically sealed echo chamber. They rarely ever see the public. They rarely ever talk to the public. This is all they hear, and they get fucking terrified. They're terrified that there's going to be an unlimited money faucet of attack ads that they will be receiving, and they don't want to say anything. So if you're wondering how this shit works, right? If you're wondering how, Israel is such a uniparty position, well, here it is. This is how it happens. It happens in the off season. It happens when you're not paying attention. It's not because of some like Jewish mind control or whatever. It's because all of these fucking groups that cynically call themselves like Jewish advocacy groups, even though they are singularly focused on Israel and Israel's ambitions, the continuation of Israel's genocidal project in the region, all these groups will go in and will have direct conversations with the electeds and will fucking yell at them for hours, will bully them into submission. Also, this kind of shit, unironically, does lean into the anti-Semitic conspiracies. It's unfucking bearable, dude. It's unbearable. It's so toxic. It's so fucking heinous. And yeah, I guess they got their wishes across. Democratic majority for Israel comes out with this statement, which again is a disgusting apex subsidiary. It's a Zionist lobby that is consistently undermining the Democratic Party's primaries and actively. I mean, this was created against Bernie Sanders initially, right? Democratic majority for Israel. He comes out, they come out and they say, we appreciate Governor Gavin Newsom. Like, this has 34 likes, so you don't see it, right? So you think this has no motion. This has maximum motion internally, because politicians are completely fucking removed from these conversations. They see this a million times over. They never hear your cries, okay? They never encounter people like you, okay? That's insane. Why do we still support Israel? Brother, I'm explaining it to you. Look, it's powerful, moneyed interests.
One topical question. You have said that Iran should not have nuclear weapons, no way, no how, and you have said that we should reconsider, look at our relationship with Israel. How do you reconcile those? Or how do you put those together?
It's more on the conditional as it relates to funding. I talked about it tonight in terms of my relationship to Israel. I was there right after the 7th. I visited not only the president, but Bibi after the terrorist attack, met with those survivors, those victims of that horrific night. I also came as the only governor, I think, in the country with a field hospital that we had packed up for the Israelis. I visited there. I love the state of Israel. I just don't like the state of play with the current administration. Bibi. I can
like this is him getting whipped. Okay? He can't even say like Israel's an apartheid state any longer, because that would require him to recognize that it's not just the current administration, but it's all the administrations prior. And it will be the next administration if Benjamin Netanyahu is no longer in power. That's the real fear here. Oh, I just don't like the current administration. That's what it is. And then they're like, okay, good. Okay, good, slave. You did it. You did it, you slave. You fucking did it. You gave us what we wanted. You said the right words. Why does he sound like he's got a fucking gun to his goddamn head? Stop being a bitch, Gavin. You are in charge of the 4th largest economy on the fucking planet. Jesus Christ.
Israel, but I'm not a supporter. I'm not a supporter of the direction he's going as it relates to the annexation of the West Bank. And I think there is a point, Tom Friedman and others have written about this, if that's the direction he's going to take us, I think as an American citizen, is that the direction that we embrace and we want to celebrate with our tax dollars? I'm going to have their back, but I think it has to be. Donald Trump is conditioning aid for fire victims and recovery. I mean, you would think we're going to use our resources overseas. We would have policies that may support, I believe, a 2-state solution that wouldn't necessarily support the kind of promotion and policies that Bibi and the hardliners are currently promoting. So, yeah, I'm happy the Supreme Leader's dead. Good riddance. I understand deeply there's no larger Iranian diaspora than the state of California, why people were celebrating in the streets a tyrannical reign of 37 years for the particular Supreme Leader, 47 overall. But this war concerns me. This now is a regional war. Allies are mistakenly shooting down American jets. We had the first casualty, one of the 6 lives in our backyard in Sacramento, California.
Anyway, blah, 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 blah. It's him like backing away to be like, oh, I just don't like Bibi. I don't like Bibi. It's insane. What is this? Example 21,000 of many of the Jewish community are upset at politicians calling out Israel's illegal policies more than the policies themselves. Yeah. I mean, it's fucking insane, dude. It's insane. What the hell are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? You're this much of a bitch, Gavin? God damn. We appreciate Governor Gavin Newsom's statement that it is vital to distinguish between criticism of the Netanyahu government and the delegitimization of Israeli democracy. While we disagree with conditioning aid to Israel, you have long supported Israel and the American Jewish community, and we're grateful to have that long-standing support. I love the state of Israel. I just don't like the state of play with the current administration. Stop calling Israel the Jewish state. Call it the Zionist state. Call it Herzl's project. Call it whatever you like, but don't give the name of the religion and entire political entity. Israel is not a Jewish state. Zionism is not Judaism. Zionists are not Jewish. Yeah, I mean, it's true. It's true, and it's very frustrating that it's like, it is actually, like, let's be real. It is Jews in most circumstances that actually do this dangerous conflation. It's crazy. Obviously, the overwhelming majority of support for Israel still understandably comes from Christian Zionists, evangelical Christian Zionists. Okay. But like every single Jewish advocacy organization, with the exception of like 3, are unironically just invested in the state of Israel. They don't give a fuck about Jews at all. They don't give a fuck about Jews. They only care about Israel. Why does Finkelstein call it Jewish supremacy? Because like there's regular Judaism, okay? Just like there's regular Christianity, and then there's Christian supremacy, Christian nationalism. And Zionism is Jewish supremacist. It's a supremacist fascist ideology. That's what it is. But we hear the word Jewish and we freak out because for most of our lives, we've learned, understandably, that, you know, Jews are a marginalized community. They must be protected. And it's true. Historically speaking, it is true. You know, pogroms happened. The Holocaust happened. Like, Jews have been historically undermined. Zionism, on the other hand, is entirely separate. If you can contextualize Christianity, like the broader understanding of Christianity, and then separate that from the likes of Pete Hegseth or evangelical Christianity, or, you know, the most rabid, monstrous versions of Christianity, you can make that separation amongst Judaism and Zionism. Is jihad Muslim supremacy? No, dumbass. But ISIS would probably be a version of that, right? It would be equivalent to running around and saying ISIS is true Islam. ISIS is true Islam. ISIS is the superior version of Islam. Jihad just means struggle. It doesn't even mean crusade or a holy war. But yeah, this is some of the this is some of the outcomes of leaning into this supremacy unconditionally.
You can see the fuel tanker trucks in the area that have clearly burned here and been destroyed. The fire is still ongoing. Despite the enemy's claims that it only strikes military targets, I deny this and state clearly that it is lying.
Israel says it's hit.
Yeah, wait till they start saying the Iranian Red Crescent is actually also Hamas, or I guess they'll say it's the Ayatollah lives inside of the Iranian Red Crescent. Wait till they start striking Iranian Red Crescent targets. Because, like, the Gaza method is the only method these fucking animals know. Okay? Americans and the Israeli military, they're barbarous. They're monsters. They only know one speed. Just ultra violence over and over again. Okay? Hitting hospitals, hitting schools, targeting medical professionals. The double strikes, double taps.
400 military targets over the past day, and that the oil depots were used by Iran to fuel their missile launches. The Revolutionary Guard say they have plenty of missiles still in reserve.
Our capable armed forces, the powerful forces of the Islamic Republic, are fully prepared to sustain at least a 6 months, full-scale, high-intensity war at the current pace.
Promises not to strike the Gulf were quickly withdrawn. There was a massive fire at a high-rise building in Kuwait after a wave of drone and missile attacks there. And debris from intercepts causing damage across Israel, with 2 seriously injured.
I'm not gonna lie, I swear to God, the fucking clerics are gonna cook this goddamn country again. Look, I'm not. It's their country. I don't know how much you know. I don't know what Khamenei's son is gonna be like, but if he's gonna be exactly like Khamenei, Iran is fucking cooked. Okay. Sources Iran have told Iran Wire that Iran's de facto security chief Ali Larijani is opposed to Mojtaba Khamenei becoming the leader. Larijani supports his brother Sadek Larijani, a high-ranking cleric, in fight for leadership. I don't know if this is real or not, but why they lasted this long? Brother, I think the way I look at it is that while Khamenei initially also was a revolutionary figure, he was both very stubborn. He was stubborn in all the worst ways. Too stubborn to either give up on the fucking denuclearization program altogether, which would have been a mistake regardless, and also too stubborn to allow Iran to actually commit to a nuclear program. Stubborn in the worst ways possible when it comes to changes that needed to be made internally at the domestic level to ease on some of these religious restrictions, to ease on some of these restrictions that the people were experiencing. Okay. And then too passive in terms of setting up military deterrence against regional enemies. Like literally always in the fucking middle of all of these issues, and had supreme power and complete control over the country. Continuing along with that legacy will be devastating. What is it, Kasama? Yo, this son of a bitch, he got me some Pinoy. What? Bro, that's crazy.